Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Raise your hand at home if you're overwhelmed by all of these new holiday releases. I'm not giving you an example. I am leading by example. I'm raising my hand. It's all too much, and today we have a brand new one from Nars. This is the Nars Stargaze Eyeshadow palette. It accompanies the Nars Rising Star Cheek palette that already came out and I already reviewed. I will post that review below in case you are interested. This is the companion eyeshadow palette. It's got that same casing as you see between the two of them. This beautiful black with golden stars. The only thing that's a little different, when we look at the shadows, it doesn't have the imprinted stars. The cheek palette had stars imprinted on it. So I was kind of like, oh, where are my stars? But can you imagine what we would have had to pay for it if they had stars imprinted? All right, so let's talk about it, swatch it in two different lightings, and we are going to recreate this very smoky eye look. The Nars Stargaze Eyeshadow palette is limited edition, as most Nars releases are, and it is $60. It's kind of a tribute to old world Hollywood in the film noir part of LA. Here it is in the palette. Take a look right here at these shades. We are going to swatch them, of course, in two different lighting. Names of shades like Los Feliz and Walk of Fame. There's a shade called Hayworth. Everything kind of harkens back to the glory days of Hollywood and the areas around Los Angeles that made Hollywood famous and kind of insider terms. Nars is so creative with that, and that's where we get these stars from. They're kind of Hollywood, old world Hollywood stars, so it's really kind of fun. Like I said, neutrals and pops of color to make a smoky old world Hollywood eye. Let's take a look at these first in studio lighting. Here they are on my arm as they are laid out in the palette. So 3 rows of 4, the exact same way that you would find them in the palette. So take a look at those there. And then we are going to go outside into the warm California sunshine, Los Angeles, the perfect place for this palette. Take a look at these shades outside. This is where I really started changing my mind about this palette. When I first got it, I thought, ugh, another holiday release. What are we going to do with this? And then I took the shades outside and I thought, wait a minute, actually, these have a lot of life to them. They're actually very bright. I know that they are intended to make a smoky eye, but they're actually a little more cheerful when you see them outside in natural lighting, aren't they? So I was quite surprised by that. It changed my perspective. We are going to now try this palette on to recreate the look that you see here, and then stick around and I'll tell you whether or not this is just underwhelming and just part of the group of holiday releases, or whether it's something that maybe you want to think about purchasing and adding to your collection. Oh no, I know. All right, so let's take a look. Right, let's get into making the smokiest of smoky eyes. I have a Sonia G Sky Brush here, and we're going to start in this sweet little palette with the shade Nouvelle Vogue, which looks kind of brown to me, but it is described by the brand as mauve. That is mauve, isn't it? I figured they must know what they were talking about. Switching brushes now, same shade. Okay, let's see now. Let's darken it just a little bit by going in here with this kind of purpley shade here that is called Swoon. It's kind of a purpley brown shade. Right there, Swoon. Same brush, actually. Same brush. I just want to add it just to darken. See how that kind of works together? That's really pretty. Okay, what do we think so far? Very pretty. I really want to start getting some of these shimmers in, and we have so many to choose from, but I'm kind of trying to stay with this kind of brownish purple. This shade here is called Lights Out, and it's really just kind of a pretty little shade just for the lid, and I'm kind of going inside the lid too. And let's take this sky brush here and let's go ahead into this lavender shade, which doesn't have any sparkle. It's a matte. It's called Instant Stardom right here. Let's go into Instant Stardom and just gently, I'm kind of taking off some of the pigment, just gently kind of build into that more intense purple with it in the inner corner. And above a little bit. And I think I'm going to go back with this Sonia G brush back into this shade here again and kind of run it underneath just to tie it all together. Well, now, isn't that a nice look? Very different from other holiday palettes out there. So when I first picked this up, I assumed I was going to be underwhelmed. We are getting a little bit overwhelmed by the choices, spoiled for choice, as they say. And I thought this one is going to be nothing comparatively, but actually, look at how pretty that is. Just a little bit different than the other offerings we are seeing from other brands for the holidays. So Nars does it again, and now I'm happy I have this. Oh boy, I need, when these releases slow down a bit, we need to get together and talk about which of these holiday releases are worth it and which aren't, because they are piling up and there's so many of them that are good. Oh boy, you guys, I was waiting for one that I could say, skip it. I can't. If you like this color story and this kind of smoky, sultry, old Hollywood eye, wow, this might just be for you. My job is just to review them, but I'm going to have to kind of like figure this out, and let's start sorting these things out. Is this one that you're going to purchase? And were you thinking like me that it was a and then you see it and think, oh, maybe there is something there. Oh boy, is there a lot of choice. And I was talking with some of you in comments today, is there going to be a Charlotte Tilbury eye palette too? We're kind of seeing something teased that looks like it could be. Not the Twiggy thing on Instagram, but something else is probably coming. Honestly, you guys, how are we going to work through all these things? So let me know your thoughts on this, on Nars in general, and what you think of the face palette that goes with this collection. You know, we're, like I say, we're a community, and I want to hear what you think. That's very important to me. So make sure you comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so we can go through all these holiday releases together and beyond into the new year, just laying ahead of us. Come over and say a big hello on TikTok and Instagram. And don't forget that you can become a member of this channel by clicking the join button or the link below in the description bar for member exclusive lives and behind the scene content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.